Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about what happened today. We had a little volatility. Overall, it was a good day. But why didn't we pump more? Let's talk about it. There are some big things happening tomorrow. And that's when the market is really ready to pump. So let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. And let's talk about some major breaking news. And that's it. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. We are starting out tonight at 104.4. Like I said, today was overall good, but not as good as it should have been. And we got a volatility. We went up to like 106 earlier, all the way almost to 107. Then we came back down. Now we're like basically where we started yesterday. So Bitcoin kind of lost its gains, but a lot of the other alts did go up. Sui, Solana, XRP, Link, all these great projects did recover slightly today. So overall today is not bad, but it could be better. But tomorrow could be a lot better. And I think the reason why is due to what's tomorrow. Because there's two things that's going to happen tomorrow. And if both things turned out to be great, we are ready to pump for sure. Number one, we have more economic news that's coming up, and it'll come up right before I stream. We will get more inflation reading, okay? This whole week is all about Powell and him talking about inflation and so forth, right? He was pretty dovish. He was pretty good. This morning, we also got some economic data. GDP didn't go up as much. That's good. So tomorrow, if we do get some PC inflation reading and it shows that it's, in line with expectation, or it's a little bit, maybe even ticks a little bit higher, that would be good because that will allow Powell to cut the Fed fund rate a little bit more, right? But if it ticks in lower than expected, well, then that's not so good, right? So right now, what we want is like a little bit worse than expectation economic data. Just like this morning, GDP was a little bit worse than expected, and that was a good thing, right? So tomorrow, let's see. If inflation comes out to be better than expected, meaning inflation went down, well, then that's not good. But right now, it's looking like it's anticipated to be at 2.6% and core at 2.8. But if we tick up like 2.7, for example, or 2.8, even though that's bad overall, that's going to be good for market. So tomorrow, there's that. And we got some others, personal income, personal spending, but everyone's going to be looking at PC tomorrow. So that's number one. And another thing that people are not paying attention to is the fact that tomorrow is the last Friday of the month. Every time we go through this, the last Friday of the month, we have a couple major things happening. We have large Bitcoin expirations for options and futures. Options, they're enormous, and futures are enormous, okay? Futures primarily driven by Wall Street, options driven by just whales. So it happens every single time. And I told you guys that earlier this week. The only thing really holding us back, besides everything that we just had, and we passed with flying colors. Tomorrow, after we get through the futures expiration and options expiration, and we have some good, or bad, I should say, inflation reading, we are ready. We are ready to head up. We're ready to pump. So today was kind of like a little precursor. And then tomorrow will be the real deal. Yeah. So tomorrow we got a lot to look forward to. But this is all short term. right? Obviously, when you look at the bigger picture, this is actually kind of scary. Someone brought this up earlier this morning. And, I just found this randomly on my own X. So if you don't follow it, you should. If you look at everything, including Satoshi and then Coinbase and BlackRock and MicroStrategy, a lot of these are distributed though, because like Coinbase and Binance and Bitfinex, they represent a lot of people. So it's not just like one entity, but this is bundling them together. But if you put all these together and the number of Bitcoin they hold, which is over 6 million, that's 28% of the supply. That's enormous. That's crazy. So again, the supply shock that I've been telling you guys about, it's happening. It's definitely happening. Now, again, this is a little skewed because there are a lot of exchanges on here, and those exchanges don't hold everything that's showing. They're from the people or institutions and so forth. But still, you have 37 exchanges, ETFs, governments, individuals added together, holding 28% of the supply already. And that number will only increase. I mean, just look at Sailor's MicroStrategy, how much he's been buying. It's already over 2.2%. BlackRock's ETF, 2.75%, keeps on going. They are not stopping. And the U.S. government, 198,000. If that Bitcoin reserve gets implemented, that's going to be another 200,000 per year over the next 5 years. Let's go drive that up to number one, above Satoshi. Imagine that, right? So just interesting to think about, just to show you guys. What else? The SEC approves Bitwise spot Bitcoin and spot ETH ETFs. So now we will have one that has both. This might help Ethereum because Ethereum ETFs have not helped Ethereum. But maybe if people are starting to buy one that has both, it could help. So overall, this is a first. That's good. South Dakota also joining in the game. Well, I think I mentioned this already. But, many states are joining in for sure. But you know who's not joining in? Christine Lagarde. And the ECB. They cut their interest rate, but she said they want nothing to do with Bitcoin. Someone mentioned the Chechnya, their central banker asked about it, and she quickly said, no, we want nothing to do with it. But watch, they will change their mind. Once the U.S. starts putting Bitcoin into their strategic reserve, and then China does it, Russia does it, watch, it's just a matter of time. Every single country starts doing it in Europe, and then the ECB is going to change their mind and say, well, maybe we should. It's just a matter of time. I mean, she's probably one of the only people left that is anti-Bitcoin at this point. But, everyone that's anti-Bitcoin eventually turns around because they realize there's no better. There is really no better, right? So as for this pump, Bitcoin and crypto are both ready to pump. Bitcoin, we know, has been in this range for quite some time. This upper limit is like this 108 range, and we're so close. This morning we were at 106. It's not like we're that far off, right? So tomorrow, if we get that good news, and then the options expirations and future expirations over, we could definitely pump above. And once we go above, that's when, we form a new high. According to Red Capital, we're already breaking out our monthly bull flag. So we're getting ready to make that next leg up to $120,000, $130,000, $150,000. We're ready on our way. So get ready for that. All right, so that's Bitcoin. But what about crypto, what about some of the alts? Right, today I mentioned some of the alts did recover quite well today. Ripple's one of them. But is this going to stop the momentum? On February 1st, they will unlock 1 billion XRP. This is one of those fuddish headlines. But if you know about Ripple, you know that this happens every single quarter. This is how Ripple operates. They unlock 1 billion XRP, and then they try to sell it to the financial institutions that want to buy and utilize XRP as a bridge currency. And then guess what? The ones that they don't sell, they lock it up again. That's how it works. They don't just like sell 1 billion every single time. So every time this happens, there's some kind of headline news that kind of spreads FUD, right? But this is their model, right? This is their model. This is how they make money. They do sell XRP to financial industry. This is how it's always been. Now, after they, maybe they stay, if I could talk, if they start making money from their stable coin, for example, or they go IPO, then they may not have to do this, but still, the financial industries, the banks that are using XRP, they have to buy somewhere. They go buy from Ripple. Regardless, they go sell. However, look at this. This has been an instant success, it looks like. RLUSD crossed 3 trillion in trading within a month. Even if you made like 1% in fees, which is probably more than that. It's probably like 2 or 3% in fees. But what is that? That's like 300 million in fees if they charge 1%. That's crazy. Or 30 million. No, it's 300 million. Yeah, that's insane. That's a lot. This is the reason why they want to come out with a stable coin. So I think Ripple is fine. I think they're going to do just fine. All right. What else is there? Oh, yeah, of course. Grayscale files for XRP ETF. So they and Solana and others, that could be right around the corner. Right around the corner. I just talked about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now they have a combo ETF. Once these get their individual ETFs, then afterwards you're going to get a combo ETF of all these, which will be good. What else is there? Let's see. Circle, Coinbase. I got a couple of Coinbase news. Circle launches native USDC on Aptos. Okay. Aptos is American-based crypto project. We haven't heard much about Aptos, but, they're pretty big, and they do have some growth. Number of active accounts grew from 1.6 million to 10 million, and activity has spiked, so they definitely have some growth, right? But you know what else Circle is doing? Because they're competing with RLUSD and they're competing with UST, I just saw this. This is a partnership you would never guess. So a lot of you guys are car guys. If you are, Doug DeMuro, right? Really quirky car reviewer, has one of the biggest car channels on YouTube. And he has a site called Cars and Bids. And now Coinbase and USDC has a partnership with him. And they actually tweeted this out. This is like not a partnership you would ever think that would ever happen. But now you could buy cars with USDC. It's actually brilliant if you think about it. I don't know how many people will be using a stable coin because it's just like cash. It's not crypto. You have to convert your cash to a stable coin to buy a car. So it's essentially the same thing. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild. I'm still waiting for Elon to open up Doge payments or Bitcoin payments. For Teslas. But, it's a step in the right direction. What else in there? Injective had a pretty good day today. They launched native EVM support on their L1. So Injective is out of Cosmos, just like Say, and just like Akash, several others, right? But they, they're using their own. They use some other EVM. I think call it CosmWasm or something like it. Something really silly. But now you don't have to use that. You could use native EVM, which is of course great. The biggest, the most widely used virtual machine out there. That's pretty positive. And actually, Injective came up a lot based on this news. Say is another one. American-based too. By the way, these are all American-based projects I'm talking about, right? Hint, hint. American-based projects are going to do very well. Injective is one of them. Say is another one. They launched a $65 million venture fund to support decentralized finance. Okay. I don't know how many people care about that, but it's there. A lot of people have been asking. I mean, Cosmos stuff just really hasn't been doing well, but who knows? They could turn around. Back in earlier 2024 they did. It could happen again later this year. And then what else is there? And then this is pretty big. Kraken was sued by the SEC last year for staking because Gary Gensler said that staking is considered a security. He just deemed it's a security if you stake. So they forced Kraken to remove staking, but now that he's gone, Kraken's like, okay, we're going to bring staking back. I mean, this was one of those things Coinbase just said, I don't care what you say, SEC. We're going to keep staking. Kraken folded, but Coinbase didn't. But, Kraken's bringing it back. So it's like a new chapter. It's a new chapter for crypto in America. Now that Gary's gone, we're going to have a whole bunch more innovation and just good stuff. Good stuff. All right. That's pretty much it. So tomorrow will be a big day. Inflation data tomorrow. That will definitely drive markets tomorrow. All right, let's do some Q&A. Sui did well today too. I mean, not a lot, but some of the alts did really well today. Just disappointing that, Bitcoin didn't hold, but it's definitely not a disappointing day. Let's just put it that way. Tomorrow, again, if the market turns positive, which it can, because if we get some bad economic inflation data, that could turn things around. And of course, options and future expiration every single time. Every single time when we have the expirations day, which is tomorrow, we get a little volatility because there are whales that don't want to lose money. They'll purposely drive the price to wherever they can. And, and then afterwards, things free up. CryptosRUs. At what Bitcoin price will you feel dirty? I mean, I gotta say, Bitcoin's like at 200,000, 250,000. I'm gonna feel pretty dirty. I mean, I really can't complain. So yeah, I'll say by the end of this bull market, and by then, if Bitcoin's at 200, 250K, everything else is going to be very different, man. Very, very different. XRP could be at $10 then, maybe $12. Solana is probably going to be at like 1,000, 1,500. A lot of these are going to be way, 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 way higher. RNG crypto, I don't look at any memes on XRP Ledger. None. And then off that, I don't look at Sui memes either. Right now, I have not been looking at memes. But if you guys do want to look at memes, you should go to Alpha First. and check out 30 Degens because Josh covers memes and he loves them. I will cover more memes though. In the future. Right now, I just haven't really been paying attention. Shout out to David Lawrence. He's a new Bitcoin holder. Wow. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Petro, member for 3 months. What do you think about H-bar? Can it be a top 6? It's a possibility, but it's unlikely it's going to be a top 6. Unless something really big happens. Really, really big happens. But it's unlikely at this point. Top 6, man, it's competing with a lot. Sui's holding pretty well here, consolidating. Looks like, see, Sui got back to the same point it was before. So it does look like there is unlock on the first for Sui too. But it's interesting, it's actually pumping up before then. So it looks like it wants to go higher back to here, like the 440s. Injective, I saw, it was as low as like 17 something. It went up to like $20 today. Definitely could go higher based on the EVM news. XRP back about 310. When I go do a video on the new Cybertruck, well, there will be a video based on the wrap coming soon on drivers only. A separate channel. The full review, I gotta wait until it's like a little bit warmer, a little bit nicer outside. Right now it's just like really dirty and cold. Citizen Crypto, appreciate that, man. Petro, what do you think about OM? It keeps pumping. Mantra, or is it Mantra? OM? I don't know too much about it. It's a project that kind of like came out of nowhere and just keeps going for no reason. I think there's like, I think it's probably being pumped by Binance. Really, it's just like no one talks about this. I don't hear anyone ever talking about Mantra. Purpose-built RWA layer 1 blockchain. What does that mean? Yeah, it's probably a Middle West thing. Dubai developer DMAC signs a $1 billion deal with blockchain platform Mantra. So that's the reason why. Because they're backed by some Middle East money. That's that's why. Yeah, I've been to Dubai and every single building has this DMAC sign on it. They are a huge, huge real estate developer in Dubai. So if they gave $1 billion, you know, that makes a lot of sense why they're at 5 billion, you know. But yeah, it seems like they are, you know, L1 focused on RWA, but really any L1 could be focused on RWA. I don't know what makes them stand out. I think it's just Dubai money coming in. That's really it. Give me a break, EVM. Yes, almost every building has it on there. And you're being banned because you're just an idiot. Yeah, they're not huge, yet they're on like 75% of the buildings. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. A lot of people are talking about a snack being listed on Kraken. That didn't really do anything for them. Yeah, I don't think Kraken has a pump effect. The only exchanges that have a pump effect are Coinbase, Binance, and Robinhood. Like everything else does not have a pump effect. Kraken is a good exchange. There's no doubt. I'm not arguing that. It's one of the big exchanges in the US, been around forever. I still remember back in 2018, I was in I forgot which conference, and I saw Jesse Powell set up a little stand in like a little booth in this conference, like a nobody back then, just walking around trying to get people to sign up for Kraken. I didn't know who he was back then, and look at where they are now, right? That was like back in 2018, just in 7 years. Things change really, really quickly in crypto. Don C, been watching since 2017. Thank you. I accumulated for many years now, never sold. I hope you throw a party to celebrate. You know, a lot of people ask me to throw a 100K party, right? I have to do something this year. I just haven't had time to plan, and I'm working on so many things right now. I may throw one after I release my meme coin. And then only meme coin holders can attend. Something like that. Probably like more toward the end of the year. James, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I love that Cybertruck more and more now. Every time I go out, I look at it. Every time I get out and park somewhere, I look at it. It's really awesome to look at, and it draws a ton of attention. Everywhere I go, people are watching it. Again, it's one of those cars you just gotta ignore the fudders. People love to hate it online. Everyone loves to make comments about how bad it looks and how shitty it is and this and that, but man, it's a really good car. Yakko, yeah. I mean, with the strap-on NFT, you'll get tokens. All NFT holders will get airdrop tokens, so there's no worry there. Dan, I know what you're feeling, but that's because you drove one of the demo models and it's dirty, and if you drive a real one, it doesn't feel cheap inside. The Cybertruck has the best interior of any Tesla. It's better than a Model S. It's better than a Model X. I had both. It's better than all of them. But I did have that impression too, because when I test drove it, Tesla doesn't clean their demo cars. It's it's filthy, it's dirty, and you get that impression. But if you actually drive a new one, it's different. Marcio. I can't tell you when I'm going to drop it. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be fair launch. And I'm not going to say the name because I don't want people to like try to create it ahead of time. Ricky, how do you find the peak of the bull run? I missed it in 2020. Okay, so this is how you tell, all right? When you're making so much money, you feel dirty. That's usually like an indicator that we're at top. So that means like every day you wake up and, you know, you see your portfolio go up like 5-10% every day, one after another, and you're like, I'm so damn rich. And you're like starting to shop for Lambos and new houses and stuff. That's when you know it's near top. Danny E, Cybertruck does not rattle. 0 rattles. Inside is dead quiet. All the panels are rock solid. There's no rattles, no creaks, nothing. It's the best designed and best quality Tesla there is. I'm not just saying that because I bought it. I had every single Tesla. Even though I like to shit on Tesla, I had every single one, except the 3. I started with a Y, then I upgraded to a S, then I upgraded to a X, which I still have, and now I have a Cybertruck. I had every, and I test drove a 3. So it's not like I haven't driven them or owned them. Anyways, oh, by the way, I've been watching, people recommended, I mean, this show's been out for a while, The Penguin on Max, HBO Max. It's a damn good show. It starts out a little slow, a little weird, but man, I'm toward the end. It's so good. It's really good. The only disappointing thing is like, it has nothing you don't see the other characters. You don't see like Joker or Batman in there. I don't know, maybe the last few episodes it does, but like right now, it's good. It's really, really good. The Penguin is right up there. Anyone that's looking for a new show to watch, it's really good. All right. That's it, guys. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. Tomorrow is going to be a big day. The market is ready to pump. So tune in tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, Severance is good, but Season 2 is starting out really slow. Silo's also really good. All right, guys. Have a good one. Take care. Give gear shifter on the windshield strange. No, you use it on the screen, man. The windshield one is emergency. Raise, the stack's done. No, it's not. All right. Take care.